Welcome back to Twin Tarot. I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
Today we're going to talk about the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court. Gladys Knight in the Pips Court? No.
Diana Ross and the Supremes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I'd like to see the Supreme
baby
Court.
Love, baby love. Yeah, no. Yeah, so we just did a live stream with Sherry voice.
Totally scripted. You know, we've been practicing our dance moves for years.
Exactly. You could tell, right? We just did a live stream with Sherry Voices from the Swamp, and one of the questions was asking if Chief Justice Roberts was compromised. And we threw some cards on it and we got some very interesting answers or insights from the cards. Nothing suggesting that he was compromised per se, but a lot suggesting there are big changes coming on the Supreme Court.
Yeah. The bad behavior of some will be reflective of all. And Justice Roberts is the Chief Justice. So, you know, when it's referred to as the most corrupt Supreme Court in the history of the United States, it's going to be, you know, John Roberts' most corrupt Supreme Court in the entire history of the United States. It's the most corrupt Supreme Court in all the land. No country has a more corrupt Supreme Court than us. John Roberts is a failure. Don't know the guy. Got me coffee once. Great guy. Came over to the house all the time, but never saw him.
Yes.
Always begging for me for my endorsement.
It is indeed. And I do want to put a plug out there. Dave and I are starting a GoFundMe fundraiser. I got to lower the camera just a little bit.
We're starting a fundraiser?
Yes. To save the chubby unicorns.
Yes.
Yes. Please donate generously to saving the chubby unicorns.
Yes. Early and off. Donate early and often.
As much as you could possibly donate. Just $5. I know that inflation's been tough, and that you can't afford a lot because of Kamala Harris and her inflation. But if you could just give $5 to save the chubby unicorns.
And by $5, he means $500.
Yes. And we can make that monthly.
That's right. Recurring payments.
Okay, so like I said, we did through some cards on the Supreme Court. Check out Sherry's Voices from the Swamp live stream we did, and we're just going to take a deeper dive into those. Are little 4 cards. We're going to take a deeper dive into it now.
Yeah. So I got to look at the what is going on with John Roberts in his Supreme Court now, especially given the controversies around their decisions and what might happen should Kamala Harris be elected president and scrutiny starts being thrown on the Supreme Court.
And this is for entertainment purposes only.
And just like in my other reading, we have some Supreme Court members who might be going away. In my reading with John Roberts, this was an underlying card here. 6 of Swords, going from calmer waters, from choppy waters to calmer shores. 7 of Coins, looking at things of value. Underneath is the Empress. So what's going to happen here? There's going to be investigations. Investigations into what? The money that's been coming in influencing Supreme Court decisions. Underlying it is the Empress. Who are the people, you know, the Harlan Crows of the world who have been influencing the Supreme Court through donations, gifting, things, offering things of value? It's going to lead to Supreme Court members moving on. Clarence Thomas would be a classic example of somebody who should be retiring. In the past, you've got the Devil card. This is the corruption from the Supreme Court members who basically took on sponsors and then advocated for their sponsors' desires. The current situation of the 2 of Wands, with the Supreme Court might end up having some ethics
investigations
that they have to take. But yeah, there's going to be investigations. This is going to be looked into. I think there's been some investigations that have been ongoing for a little bit, but they haven't been necessarily going on in earnest. But when Kamala Harris is in there, they're going to be turbocharged.
Yep.
And the investigations are going to proceed. And they'll investigate all the Supreme Court justices, probably. But, you know, you can start with the most obvious ones first.
Yeah, sure.
You know, think of it as like an audit of the entire Supreme Court and, you know, their taxes and what they declared and didn't declare and things going from there. The outcome's going to be the 6 of Cups. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I wasn't supposed to accept these gifts. It's not gonna sit well. that doesn't mean people won't try. Oh, I was told in the 90s once by some person whose name I can't remember that I could take lots of money from Harlan Crow and never have to report it on my taxes or report it to the Supreme Court. Yeah, you've been on the Supreme Court for now, 30, 40 years, and you never thought to rethink how you were something you were randomly told allegedly 30 years ago? You never got any smarter or wiser than that, huh? Yeah, sure, buddy. We'll believe that. Yeah. We'll let Gary start looking at whose heads are going to be on the chopping block. But Clarence Thomas is the poster boy of that whole reading right there.
Yeah. It's when I did my reading on Voices for the Swamps with Sherry with the podcast, the live stream, the foundation card I had was the Three of Swords, and Dave just looked at it and said, "Okay, that's Thomas, Alito, and Gorsuch."
Bing, bang, boom. Thank you.
So what I'm going to ask is, we'll do a card. Will we see Justice Thomas, Justice Alito, and Justice Gorsuch? Do you want to do it investigated or asked to be shown the door?
Just how will things turn out for them?
Yeah, what's the energy on them?
There will be investigations into them. There will be investigations into them. What's the outcome of those?
Yeah, what's the outcome of the investigations?
Now, just because we asked that doesn't mean you're not going to get the answer. Oh, here's how the investigations went, because sometimes Spirit's like, no. You need to understand how the investigations went before you get the actual answer. But
yeah,
we'll see.
I saw the bottom card. I'm gonna have to. It was a good bottom card, but
I don't. Cheater.
I know. That's why I just cut the deck.
Cheater. Oh, so now you're acting all like Judge Mershon. We don't want this September 18th sentencing to seem political, so I'll make the political decision to delay it till after the election. What? You want to be apolitical, so you make a political decision. That's where logic comes around to an illogical response. But show me again how you're not going to look at the bottom of the deck.
I'm not looking.
Okay,
so how's it looking for Justice Alito, Thomas, and Gorsuch after the investigations?
Boop.
The star card.
They're all going to be fine.
Yes.
Completely exonerated. Total exoneration.
Okay. It's crossed with the Seven of Pentacles. Okay.
Money.
Underneath
money, makes the
lots of money, legacies. Okay. All right. So how are they gonna emerge from this?
Money.
If you're on the Supreme Court, you see yourself as the best of the best. I'm a star.
All the Monty Python references.
That's right. If anyone knows
the Money Show song and the star. I'm a star. I don't act outside of a trend.
Do you remember what Carol Cleveland's character's name was? Vanilla.
No, I don't.
Vanilla Whore.
Oh, God.
I'm a star. I've never acted out of a trench. So, they see themselves as stars. And, as a star, I bring things of value. I have lots of money and things of value. Money. Underneath it all, unfortunately, they were getting a little bit more money than this was money that they were getting on the down low.
Yeah.
They should be recognized for the things of value they bring. They're obviously good with law, and they're bringing things of value. But underneath it, they were getting a little too much wealth from this. They were being compromised.
They're being investigated for money from the patrons.
Yes.
Wealthy patrons.
In the past, you've got the strength card. Yeah, they stuck together. They were showing strength. Yeah, okay, yeah, I might have forgotten to fill out that form, but everything's okay. As long as we stick together, united we stand, divided we fall. But now we've got investigations coming. Current situation, the Knight of Pentacles.
Where does this money come from?
Money? What money?
Where did this suitcase filled with $100 bills come from? No idea.
I think what this card is meaning to me is the investigation is going to what's that?
Nothing.
Okay.
Hippocratic oath, Hippocratic oath. Not there, jolly convenience.
I think what this is whoever's doing this investigation, whether it's Jack Smith or whomever, is going to make them an offer they can't refuse. It's like, look, if you want to protect your legacy and, keeping America strong, we're going to make you an offer you can't refuse. Overarching energy, there it is, Six of Swords. We think it might be best if you
spent more time with your family.
Yes, exactly.
We're going,
that you maybe retire for the Supreme Court and, as Dave put it, spend more time with pursuing other interests.
Yes, go on your motor coach trip with your wife, or help your wife design her flags, or whatever the heck it is.
Go into flagpole manufacturing, whatever it is you enjoy doing. But I think it's time that you take you and your baggage out of here and think about your legacies. The lesson to be learned. The Hierophant. You know what? Hierophant is kind of big government, big institutions. It's people historically have looked at these as being really kind of the bastions of impartiality, especially the Supreme Court. You're going to have some conservative justices and you're going to have liberal justices, but at the end of the day, they're trying to interpret laws and make sure things are interpreted fairly and not to the benefit of the few. And the outcome, Three of Pentacles. Once again, we get that 3 card. These 3, maybe it's 2 of them. Maybe it's 1, maybe it's 2, maybe it's all 3. They're going to sort of they're going to have a discussion and discuss what they want their legacy to look like. They've made us an offer we can't refuse. Maybe it's time for us to leave and let someone else take over. And that's what I'm getting from that. Anything you want to throw out?
3 people investigated, 3 people asked. Everybody investigated, 3 people asked to leave.
So there you go. You sure you don't want a chance to think about that?
No.
Okay.
3 people. Money's to basically look at everybody on the court's money. The investigation will focus on 3 people who can't seem to explain the suitcases full of cash that they've been sitting on, and they're told you got to go.
Yeah, if they had gold bars, they'd be in the center, right?
Exactly. So. Mr. Menendez found guilty. Yeah. Don't be having no gold bars around.
All right. So we're only 13 minutes in, and we've solved all the world's problems.
Exactly. Just one little quick 4-card before we end this. I don't know. Will there be any repercussions for the Harlan Crows of the world?
Oh, there you go.
For the donors, the patrons to our Supreme Court justices who seem that they're a little bit more easily bought than they should be. 9 of Wands. They're worried about it. They're looking at it. They're worried about it. 4 Swords. It's not being talked about at the moment. Going to be investigated, though. And when that investigation starts and those questions start happening,
oh boy,
that's going to cause some nervousness here. I would almost think, oh God, here we go. Yeah, these guys are going to understand that they're in trouble because they're guilty as charged. And you have one of the earlier readings said if Jack Smith were pulled off of like the January 6 cases or something like that, or Mar-a-Lago documents, they may put him in charge of an investigation into Supreme Court justices. And this, and maybe even the folks who donated the Supreme Court. And this is going to cause some of them to, lie low, or maybe even start discussing. They might plead the 5th. Or the 4th is this one. But there's going to be an investigation going on. Absolutely, there's an investigation going on. And these wealthy people are going to start feeling a little bit nervous because they've been able to get away with stuff their entire life because they've got money. And this is going to be a time where you've got a prosecutor who, for lack of a better description, is an assassin, and he doesn't care how much money you have. Mm-hmm. He cares about the law, and you're going to be on the wrong end of it. Because, you can't just say, well, yeah, I treated Clarence Thomas to all this, and I didn't. He's the one who didn't recuse himself. It's like, no, man, you knew exactly what you were doing. Don't be so naive.
Yeah.
Plausible deniability ain't there. So there will be some comeuppance. How quickly is this going to happen?
Well, you got the Nine of Swords. It tells me that once it starts rolling, it's going to roll, man.
This will be going on for a while here, but it looks like there's going to be repercussions to who remains on the Supreme Court after this investigation goes. The hard part is that it just seems like it takes justice a freaking long-ass time to actually get the job done.
Yeah.
And so hopefully something can be done about that going in the future, too.
And if we want to manifest this future, that means we got to get out there and vote.
Vote, 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 baby.
Vote blue.
All right. Anything else?
No. Thank you for watching.
Thank you. This is for entertainment purposes only.
We were entertained. So if you like this nonsense, give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment. And if you really, really like this nonsense, subscribe.
Hit the bell for notification.
Bing!
All right, everyone. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening as you watch this, and we'll catch you on the next video.
Take care. Bye.